Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Felicia Latrice and we're back with another pick a card reading, and today is going to be how are men viewing you right now, irregardless of your gender identity. Does not matter if you identify as male, female, non-gender binary. How are people who identify as male, however, how are they viewing you? Okay. So pile 1, you are Yo-Yo, representing defiance. Pile 2, you are Tierra Whack, representing humor. And pile 3, you are Janae Aiko, representing emotions, okay? So you can choose based on the artwork, the artist, the word descriptions. You can also choose based on the timestamps down below. But without further ado, folks, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. Thank you guys so much for sharing and liking and doing all that great stuff. Remember to comment on the video, okay? Let me know which pile was yours. Let me know you're here and that you're supporting. And report any negative comments, okay? I haven't gotten any negative comments in a long time. Like a couple years ago, I got a very, very violent, aggressive comment. I'm pretty sure that it was like a hater from the past or something. But, you know, there may be like, if you see any spam or bots and things like that, make sure you report that. And I report them as well, so we can keep our spiritual community free from pollutants, okay? Other than that, choose your selection and I'll see you in your selection. Bye. Hi, Pamela. Welcome to your selection. Okay, so you are like a ferocious cheetah on the prowl, okay? How men are viewing you right now, Pal 1, is that you can become very violent. Like, I think that, you know, people are not, I mean, I feel like, I don't know if you're just like openly like aggressive, but I feel like, you know, you can go from like 0 to 100 like real fucking quick. Like, I feel like people just really, like, these men are just like, wow, they're very like, they're a savage. Yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Yeah. Okay. Savagely fierce. Like, I feel like people, these men who are viewing you could be like, they see you as someone who can be very cruel, but I feel like this is due to kind of like, a lot of this defiance energy is kind of like self-defense as well, Power 1. I feel like what these men are realizing about you is that you defend yourself, and that if you have to throw hands and you have to get violent, you will. It's kind of like, you know, when someone is feeling like, you know, they need to defend themselves, you know, they have like a reasonable, like, it's the use of reasonable force, you know what I mean? It's not unreasonable, your defiance or, you know, your like, your violence. It's like, it's to protect yourself against an attacker or an aggressor if you believe that you are in danger. Like, I feel like someone here, like, you might have issues with people trying to cause like bodily harm to you. Like, you know, these men could be predators, or they could be realizing that you have a lot of predators or people who want to kind of attack you. I also feel like, you know, just in general, you just resist. I'm hearing you are just like, maybe you're like a very, like, you do a lot of protesting and a lot of activism, and you just show so much resistance and dissension. Like, maybe they feel like you're very argumentative, Power 1, or they feel like these are men who could not like abuse you. Like, these are men who could not like control you. Like, with this defiance energy, I'm definitely just getting someone who's like in control of yourself, of your experience. You're very aware of misogyny, and I feel like these men who are viewing you, they're very misogynistic. Like, they're very like, they abuse like women, okay, no matter what gender identity you are, or they abuse the feminine, okay? And a lot of you really just like have had to protect yourself against these people, okay? I also feel like you are someone, you know, how they're viewing you is like someone who has a lot of opinions, perhaps. But it's just like, it shows that you're just like a non-conformist. Like, you don't do what's conventional, you don't do what's socially acceptable, and your expression of your opinions are like at variance to like their opinions, or it is at variance to like what, you know, the common, what was previously held. Maybe even through your defiance, you have helped people kind of like shift their opinions or change their opinions in some way, okay? But I'm definitely getting like a lot of confrontation in this pile, okay? A lot of you dealing with confrontation. I'm hearing you're not afraid to get buck with them. I'm hearing run up, get done up, like, and I feel like what a lot of them really see within you is just like, you know, this act of resistance, this activism, this dissension is so needed. Like, you're just like someone who just, you're not going to like, you just like, you call out their like their rampant misogyny. You call out their behavior. Like, you just are not going to let them slide with like abusive tendencies. Maybe some of you are very fluid in your sexuality, or your gender expression is very fluid. But it feels like, you know, you're just like unfuckwittable. Like, you really are untouchable, and you can't like, you know, it's because you just have like this heightened sense of awareness. I feel like, part one, you're like the type of people, you're not afraid to confront them about their behavior. You're not afraid to confront anybody, honestly. And I'm hearing that you're just like, you're standing up in the face of opposition. And I'm hearing that a lot of people might even like bandwagon against you. I'm hearing like a lot of people bandwagon against you and try to like, you know, their opinions just don't mean, like, they just, you don't, I'm hearing that for a lot of you guys, you know, this resistance that you have is just because you just don't respect their opinion. You don't respect their authority. You don't normalize their patriarchy and their misogyny. A lot of them, they're just like, some of them deserve this. Some of them deserve your violent attack, okay? So let's see. How are men viewing you right now? Okay. There's somebody here in particular, a masculine perhaps, or a father, okay, that's viewing you. And I feel like this person, you know, there's a lot of masculine here that view you as just like this very beautiful guide, okay? Someone who has, like, you see just like this guide and divine child. There's just like so much representation of your connection to the universe, to your connection to the transcendental, and your ability to transcend your own limitations through the eternal force that is the world and of the universe. I feel like some of them, you guys might be fathers in this pile, okay? They see you, a lot of men around you, they're viewing you as someone who has a beautiful family, or you're a very good father. They see you as someone who fiercely protects their family, okay, fiercely. And I'm hearing, if you are married or you're planning, you have a long-term partner ahead, you just are just so protective of everything that is within your unit, okay? Even if you are not like a father or a man yourself, I feel like you just have this way of supporting life. You have this way of creating a sense of community. But what they really see within you is that you just can't be fucked with, because you just have like this light within you that shines upon all of the darkness or all the dangers that might be out there, okay? I feel like some of them, they see you taking care of your kids a lot, or they see you taking care of your community a lot. They feel like you're very pure and very innocent. It's like, maybe you're not innocent with that ferocity, you know what I'm saying? The ferociousness that you are, because it just feels like you've just been able to sense danger so well. You've been able to sense abuse and people's dictator control. And people trying to, and just like you needing to defend yourself against these negative forces. Like, people view you as someone who has like a lot of people trying to like exist as like a negative force, okay? I feel like, you know, some people might, I feel like this is ultimately a very positive view of you, but I feel like you often come into like a lot of confrontations, a lot of arguments, a lot of hostility, okay? A lot of people who, who oppose you, who you represent your opposite. You are an op. You are my opposite. Like Nicki Minaj said, a big difference. There's a big difference between me and you, okay? I'm not nothing like you or you, okay? So I feel like what is really standing out to these men is that you're just so, with that divine child in this guy, you're just like above it all. Here for some of you guys, you might have overcome a lack, like an inability to defend yourself. I feel like what's being highlighted to you is like some inner child wounds around not being able, because you have just been so pure in your life. You know, people come around and they really try to abuse you. They abuse their authority. They abuse your innocence. They abuse your naivete. They take advantage of you. They try to cause some kind of negativity or destruction in your life. But what is being represented here is the fact that you are so connected to the divine, and you have like, there's so, you know, what is being highlighted is your creation, okay? You just have this way of creating, okay? And supporting. Like, even if you are a masculine or a male, it just feels like you just have like, you just create so much life, okay, around you. I also feel like people feel that you, because you have this heightened awareness and you have this ability to see what is rooted in inequity, what is rooted in prejudice, what is rooted in misogyny, what is rooted in patriarchy, what is rooted in just like negativity, envy, negative emotions, right? You're able to kind of protect, you know, those within your charge, okay? What did I say? I'm not gonna take this card, but I always, like, these are guidance. Protect from envy, Pile 1. Because what you're defying and resisting are people who are trying to come into conflict with you, trying to be hostile with you, argumentative with you, and showing negative force towards you because they're envious, okay? Matter of fact, we're gonna put it there. We're gonna keep it there, actually. Let's get another one. Okay? How men are viewing you, they see you as someone who's always alone, okay? Or they see you don't really, you know, you're always meditating, you're always studying, you're always searching for knowledge, you're always reflecting on deep issues. For some of you guys with this father energy, you're really like somebody who just, you rarely leave home. If you leave home, it's on business, okay? Or you're going to make some money, is what I'm hearing. I feel like they see you, that you're just like, you're fiercely protecting, you know, what's yours, what's within your union. I feel like they see you as someone who's in control. Like, I feel like for some of you guys, these may be like, hold on, let me see. These may be like people who you are in charge of some way. Like, they see, like, maybe you're their boss. Maybe, you know, like I said, you're their father, you know, even your son, perhaps, you know, or your friends. They just feel like you have, you know, you have the eternal force, right? You have the purity, like you're just like a pure channel, and you're really resisting this negative envy, okay? I feel like, listen, if you own your own business, you're an entrepreneur, you are in charge in some way, you have a position of leadership. I'm hearing executives, and they know that you're good at what you do, child. I feel like a lot of these men that's viewing you, okay, they're very jealous of you, okay? They're very, very jealous of you. They're jealous of your ventures and how many ventures you have. I'm hearing they're very jealous of your brand. Power 1, okay? These men, they might be other men, and you might be a man yourself. Take it how it resonates. But even if you are like a female, it feels like you are very fluid in your sexuality, and you draw on a lot of men who end up like turning envious to you because of, you know, how smart you are and how much you defy them. They just ultimately feel emasculated, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing no matter what your gender identity is, they just feel emasculated, Power 1. Some of you guys, this is a Virgo, or you're a Virgo. They feel, I feel like, they might, respond to your leadership very positively. They might, follow you. And some of them, they don't have a choice because you're the one that's signing off on their paycheck. These men, they just are jealous. They just jealous, okay? Their view, no matter if you're a woman or a man, you got men jealous of you, okay? Balance. Okay, that is very good characteristic of someone who is a good leader, okay? Someone who, I'm hearing like Libras even, okay? Libra, Virgo energy, Gemini energy, okay? Yeah, this is like, these are men in your local community, okay? You definitely have like been in communication with these men. I'm hearing business partners or people who have to answer to you in some way, okay? You just around being all happy and kikiing and, going, I don't know if you just, with this Hermit energy, it doesn't really feel like you are spending too much time with them. Like if you are working with them in some type of way, it doesn't feel like you're spending too much leisure time with them. And I have to advise you to definitely not do that, okay? You don't need to, if it's only thing that y'all need to be discussing is work. That's it, okay? I'm getting a Gemini is very jealous of you, okay? I'm getting that this might be a man, okay? They might be jealous of your height, your stature. I'm hearing that some of you guys, you just have like a very masculine stature. I'm hearing that you might be the tallest in this group, or they're very small and weak looking, and I'm hearing, somebody here is jealous of like your communications, or like, I'm hearing they're jealous of your brand, or they're jealous of your your communication skills, like I said. But what I mean, like, they're with that third house energy as well, it rules over, like, Mercury sits in the third house, and Mercury rules over any of your online communication. I'm hearing them viewing websites and viewing links and viewing just like your social image. They're very, very, very jealous of this. I'm getting an Aquarius and a Gemini in particular. If you were involved with these men in a romantic way, these are men who turned violent to you. These are men who turn into enemies, okay? I'm hearing that they wanted to stop you because they started to resent you because they realized that you might have been smarter than them with this defiance. You're just not going to, even if you are like a feminine female and you're very submissive and traditional, it just feels like you're not going to abide or follow any masculine that doesn't have a talent for creating and supporting life. That's not a positive and guiding light within the unit. For a lot of you, if you are a female, these people are very, very jealous of the fact that you've come into, like maybe you have, met someone new, or there's a new romantic partner that's very strong. And they realize that, they're everything that you wanted, like in a masculine. And they're very jealous of the fact that you moving on and realizing like you never settled for their mediocrity and just their misogyny. Some of these men are very, very abusive, okay? I'm hearing for some of you guys, these were domestic abusers or people where you have to defend yourself against their bodily harm, okay? I'm hearing that, some of them gaslighted you, or some of them attacked you violently. But I feel like ultimately, they were reacting to your dissension. They were reacting to your difference in opinion, okay? And I'm hearing that these are people that you may have had like a lot of communication with. If these are business partners or people who you are in charge of, okay? Especially if you are other men, I feel like this is, even if you are a female, whatever your gender identity is, if you have to work with these people, they're very intimidated by your communication skills. And I feel like you're just very witty and just like, they're very like, they're intimidated by your speech and just how you're able to kind of like, if you're a male and you're a Capricorn, I feel like this might be a male Capricorn that's jealous of you, but I also feel like this might be, you might be the Capricorn, and you might be like, I'm getting a Earth sign male, my viewer, okay? If you are, it's like they're very envious of you, and they just, for some of you, they might be asking too many questions when they come around, or they're trying to, I don't know, like it feels like if you have to work with these people or you're in charge of them, whatever your gender identity is, they're just like, they're intimidated by your communication. They're intimidated by like how balanced your perspective is, okay? And it's because you're so introspective, you have a lot of thoughts and opinions about things, and you just have like reflected on like these deeper issues around, you know, particularly things that you might have to fight against. I'm hearing certain religions, belief systems, and ideologies you defied against. I'm also hearing you defied against their abusive tendencies or their dictator control. But I just feel like ultimately these people that you've had to defend yourself against, maybe using logic or maybe using violence, either way, they're just very, very intimidated, okay? If these are business partners, they might, you know, respect you and they might obey your like I said, you're in control. They might obey your order, but they're very jealous of the fact that you're in control. You know what I mean? Of the fact that you have the authority here. And you know, that's cool and everything. You're not going to always like the people that you work with, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta, you know, bag the boss up is what I'm hearing. I feel like a lot of you, you're just, like I said, you're the guy, you're the boss. You are the guiding light within this unit. You have a special connection with the divine. You know how to protect, you know, the community and the unit from negative forces. You know how to shed light upon their abuse. You know how to, you know, laugh at their absurdity and impart the spiritual insights that they need to grow and to become more balanced. Okay? But they're very jealous of the fact that you can do this. I'm hearing the Capricorn in particular, okay? I'm hearing they're very jealous of your leadership, okay? Ultimately, that's the word I've been looking for this entire time. They're very, very jealous of your leadership, Pal 1. But it's also like at the same time, like, it's like they can't really touch you anymore, okay? Because you are so savagely fierce. And I'm hearing that, you know, maybe some of you have even turned cruel, okay? You turn cruel because you just have to like defend yourself so much. So let's see. If you get any last minute messages about how these men are viewing you, Pal. I'm a Gemini and a Capricorn, a Virgo, okay? Somebody here, if you're a female, somebody here had, you know, they were very abusive, you know, in their authority, okay? 5 of Cups and the 10 of Swords, okay? In the reverse. In the Page of Cups in the reverse, okay? On the bottom of the deck. So I feel like, you know, for a lot of you guys, some of you guys, there's a delay on your path right now, okay? And I feel like this is representing some resistance here, okay? There's resistance around this Hangman in the reverse. Some stalling, some indecision perhaps. But I feel like a lot of this is really driven by some emotional immaturity, okay, and moodiness that you're experiencing from someone, okay? For some of you guys, this is a romantic partner that's viewing you, or these are romantic partners in the past that were very moody towards you, and I feel like these are people that you resisted from, you know, and that you had to defend yourself against, and ultimately had to recover from some kind of abandonment or betrayal. Like, I feel like this has been the, you know, ultimately, like I said at the beginning, some of you guys, these are men who wanted to stop you, okay? A lot of men who wanted to stop you, okay? They wanted to throw an obstacle on your path or delay you in some type of way because they're ultimately envious of you, okay? They're envious of your natural born leadership. And even if you are a female, you know, I feel like you just have this way of supporting life and creating unity and protecting fiercely those within your charge. And I feel like they were very emasculated by you, very, very emasculated, okay? And if you are a man, same thing, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like they feel like very inferior to you. But, you know, even if you are involved with people who ultimately you have to walk away from and recover from, you're very strong, okay? And you're realizing that you needed to defy these people because they were emotionally immature. They were not, proper leaders, okay? You cannot put your trust and allege yourself to a destructive ruler, okay? For some of them, they felt very entitled to you, okay? And a lot of you just had to defy this, and call out these behavioral patterns that they've been acting out of that may have been abusive in their authority, okay? Their egos cannot handle you, calling out their behavior, okay? And this is how they're viewing you, right? They're very envious of the fact that you freed yourself and you've come into balance around, the ending that was of their, your relationship with them. Some of you, there was an ending. For some of you guys, you're still dealing with these people. But I am getting a particular situation where there was a painful ending, where you had to really recover from abandonment, okay? These people, they just wanted to resist you. They did not want to respect your authority as the divine connection, as the guide. Some of them they're very jealous of how you carry yourself and how you're always so poised, okay? I'm hearing that these people, they wanted to control you, through dictatorship. They wanted to be like have all-out rulership over you and influence your behaviors and your emotions, because they're narcissistic. Some of them kept you in a love triangle, okay? But it just feels like you confronted these people. A lot of them you confronted, all right? Or you defended yourself against them. You walked away and let them know that they didn't have any control over you. And they're just even more angry at the fact that you were able to do this, okay? They're very, very angry at the fact that you freed yourself from their dictatorship. And their abuse of their authority and their negativity, and their lack of spiritual insight, was something that you definitely needed to defend yourself against because, it just didn't make sense, okay? How they're viewing you is expressing your opinions that call out their behavior, okay? And they're not, they can't handle it. I'm hearing that a lot of what you're calling out is very reasonable. Their abuse, you cannot tolerate that. I don't care who you are, right? What you're showing them, how they're viewing you, is that you're in control, actually. No matter what your gender is, you call the shots. Power one, okay? They're very, very upset about this. They wanted to control you. They wanted to tell you what to do. And they just realized that, you realized that they were not a proper leader. And so you were like, I'm resisting that. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, Power One. Let's get an affirmation for how you can affirm, okay, from the Divine Feminine Oracle. The Red Goddess. Laughter leads me back to light. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Some of y'all are just very serious, very, very serious. Like I said, you're hermits. You're always reflecting deeply. Always studying, always meditating. So I feel like, it's okay to play for sometimes. I'm hearing you don't laugh, you don't joke, you don't play with these hoes, okay? And they're just like, it's really, you might be this father, you might have a tremendous amount of responsibility, but with this divine child, it just, remember, your innocence, remember your lightheartedness, okay? Playfulness is a spiritual power. Having joy, and just nurturing your inner child in that playful way can help you remain youthful in mind, body, and spirit, okay? So that you can stay balanced, okay? Because I just feel like some of you guys, you just have too much control, too much responsibility. And, if you're dealing with a romantic partner who's resisting at this time, it is because they are in a power struggle. Okay, there's been a tremendous, how these men are viewing you, I wish I would have got to this sooner. What this defiance energy is a tremendous amount of power struggle. But it's okay because you don't have to defend your credibility to anybody, all right? Your connection, your innocence, your representation of the divine, your ability to support is all the credibility that you need, Power One. And you really, really need to protect yourself from envy. I'm hearing stay in meditation. Stay, use a black stone, some obsidian or some tourmaline. Absorb this negative energy because there's a lot of negative force around you with these men, okay? A lot of it. And let's just be honest, that is, being a man is a privilege, okay? No matter what your gender identity is, these people, what they want to exact and what they're wanting to, enforce here is their misogyny, especially if you're a woman. And if you are a man or you identify as that, then what they are trying to resist is the fact that you're in control, okay? Like these business partners or these inferiors, they hate the fact that you're in control, okay? And that you are the boss and that you have the final say, all right? That's what I'm seeing, Power One. Let me know how that resonates down below, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Hi, Power Two. Welcome to your selection. Okay, so these men, okay, they think that you're very fucking funny, all right? I'm hearing that you really know how to make them laugh. I'm hearing that these men, they're very entertained by you, okay? And they feel like you're always like searching for the silver lining. You're always joyful. You're always positive. You always are lighthearted. It's like you don't really bring a lot of heaviness when you come around them, okay? And they really appreciate this because, especially if you're romantically involved with these men, some of these men have a lot of like responsibilities and burdens in their life, and not to be sexist or anything, but I just feel like men, it's not easy being a man. Like it's really just not easy. And I feel like, especially like in society, and just like the expectation of men to like be strong and courageous and just like not being able to express without, being perceived as feminine, not being able to like, you know what I mean? Like it just feels like these men, they appreciate just like, your demeanor. Ultimately, I feel like these people, what they're noticing is that a lot of people envy you, okay? They're noticing this. They're noticing that people are very envious of you. Especially like if you're a woman and you're experiencing envy from other women, they're realizing that these other women are just like, they don't, maybe they got a reason to be jealous, right? I feel like, these men, they're admiring you a lot, okay? For some of you, they're seeing you that you have secured your brand. I'm hearing bag is secured here. And that you're always flaunting your skills, and just like, they're very, very impressed. Like even, you might even getting like messages like, from men or DMs from men that's like, that tells you like, wow, that was crazy what you did, or like that was funny as hell, or just like, like just not even shying away from like praising you. I'm hearing a lot of you just have a lot of men's attention. You get a lot of male attention. And this might make you very envied by women if you are a woman. I also feel like these men, they feel like you just like I said, like you come around with the laughs. Like it's something about like the joy that you're bringing, or the positivity that you're bringing, that kind of like soothes the deepest of sorrows. Like I said, I mean, it's not easy being, this human experience in general, but, just because we are talking about men, I just want to draw your perspective on like certain things that, men have to go through. And, a lot of the times we don't, respect the male experience, right? Most, like I say all the time, a lot of men have very, very blocked throat chakras. And it's because of the social conditioning and the gender conformities that they have been, conforming to certain gender norms and things like that. And I feel like you have this way of soothing like the deepest sorrows through like laughter and joy, and just like, some of them, they really, really love the sound of your voice, or they feel like you're just so essential in their life. Power to like, they feel like they need you, right? They really feel like they need you, child. I also feel like some of them, they see you as someone who can survive a lot. They see that you have confronted your empowerment from just like a lot of base deficiency, like a lot of root chakra deficiency. Like you've been able to meet your needs and survive and stay like lighthearted and stay jovial through the whole situation. They see you just being tough, okay? You know, they see you having just like a willpower and a skill and just like being very stoic as well. Like it's like you're just like, I'm gonna focus on the silver lining. Like I'm gonna focus on, you know, the lesson or the beauty in this situation. It's like beauty or beast. Like you can choose how you see your experience. For some of you guys, you really just had a tough go of things, and then realizing that, you know, throughout this entire thing, you still is cracking jokes. Like you're still laughing and playing and acting a fool. I'm hearing you always laughing about something. Like these people, they feel like you're just very funny, okay? And that you're always going to experience joy no matter what you're going through, okay? And you like, I'm hearing laughter is the best medicine, and just like that playfulness, like and that laughter is like your spiritual power, honestly, is men, okay? Because like I said, you know, men don't like too many displays of emotion. They don't like too many talking about their feelings and stuff like that, you know? Just because of how they've been conditioned, all right? How are men viewing you? Ooh, like I was saying, you've had to confront your empowerment at the level of your physical survival. And you have like a tremendous amount of like spiritual authority. For a lot of you, these are men that you are networking with. People, like I said, you have this way of like enhancing unity. Like you make them feel like I said, you're so essential, and you make them feel, you know, like they're a part of your community. Like they have somebody to understand them. Ooh, okay. Yeah, y'all. My milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. Bow to. Like you're always bringing all the boys to the yard. And it's because you bring so much awareness to them. Like for some of them, they really have been struggling with just like, you know, doubt and inner criticism. Like I said, a lot of men will not share this because they feel like they have to be so courageous, strong, and brave, and just like never wincing. Like, you know what I mean? But the truth is, like, we're all like wounded about something, and you know, it's okay for men to show vulnerability. And I feel like you bring them so much. You come in with such a humility, with such a compassion and a positive self-esteem. And you've been so devoted to your spirit. And your spirit is just like very playful. And you've been so committed to remaining youthful. And it's just like your spirit is just so fun. Like they're really honoring your spirit, okay? They love your brand, okay? For some of you, you have a brand or you're an artist, okay? They love your brand because what it represents is unity. What it represents is sharing of information. What it represents is social awareness. What it represents is empathy. What it does is engender a lot of social awareness and like fosters change, like positive change that helps everyone feel more connected to each other, and not just like they're living these isolated, individualized lives where they're not, you know, no one understands them. Like I said, like a lot of you, they really feel understood by you. They feel seen by you, Pow 2, and they see that you're very dedicated to healing your spirit and remaining in positive spirits, just like with this humor, this lighthearted energy. It's like you're always experiencing joy, and they're just like, all right, I love that. Okay, I love that. So these could be Sagittarius, okay? We have Temperance coming out. Like I said, I'm getting Sagittarius or Capricorn here. And I feel like how these men are viewing you, they're seeing you as someone who knows, like you're very measurable. Like I don't know what that means yet, but I feel like you're very, very measurable. And I feel like you just take a lot of calculated risk. And I'm hearing that some of you guys, you provide like advice that is just like very sound, that they don't get from anywhere else. I'm hearing that your work, that is of sharing information, that is of creating more unity and raising their awareness, helps them get to the core or the base or the fundamentals of something, okay? This getting to the root, I'm hearing you just like have a way of getting to the root of their issues, okay? Like I said, like even if you are being lighthearted and fun and comedic, it's like you're very serious about your work. It's because you have this selfless devotion, you know, for fostering greater unity and understanding that we are all connected through the same source. We're all learning the same lessons, just at different rates. And I also feel like you know, being so authentically empowered is how they're viewing you. They're just like, it has taught you to remain compassionate towards people and to give people the benefit of the doubt and to, you know, extend kindness to people who may be struggling with inner criticism and doubt. You are just feeling wounded, feeling as if they can't, you know, they don't have the resources that they need, the awareness that they need, the information that they need to empower themselves over their limitations. I feel like the people who are viewing you, they see you as someone who's very humble. Like I said, even if they're seeing your brand and it's all big and commercialized and beautiful, and even if you are like, you know, there's an ego display here, it's like you're so balanced with this temperance, with your ego. It's because you maybe have had to, like some of these men have witnessed you empower yourself, right? They've seen you survive. And they cannot doubt, you know, it's like these lessons of like not having everything that you need perhaps has taught you to honor your spirit, to teach you the power of your spirit and help you understand that when you remain devoted, that all your needs will be magically met, okay? Very beautiful. What's going on here? We have impasse here. So I feel like there's a situation in your environment where there's no progress to be made, okay? And I feel like, you know, this could be driven by communication issues, you know, a lack of willingness to see the other's perspective, or just a lack of awareness, right? And it's just like you know, these men, some of them, you maybe have been trying to raise their awareness. You maybe have been trying to show them what true empowerment is. And I feel like you're needing to really persevere through something right now, because maybe you were on a path or you were seeking, you were like, I'm hearing that you may have been like pursuing something and it's not working, okay? Or there's a lack of movement in it, or it's just like there's in the circumstances that you're in right now, there's like no more progress to be made in the situation. So you're having to kind of shift, adjust, change, and you know, move in a different direction. I'm hearing that this could be an Aquarius here, or these are relationships. These could be romantic partners who may, you know, there was, you know, you could not make any more progress with them. I'm hearing that as much as you try to, the more love you gave them, it was like nothing could help this person come into balance, or these people, right? And I feel like you gained a lot of wisdom from, you know, dealing with situations that aren't moving forward, okay? I feel like there's a particular relationship with a man probably that has, you know, taught you so many different skills, relationship skills, communication skills, and helped you become more moderate and balanced and understand, like measure things appropriately. I'm hearing that you're analyzing things, or you're like deciding like who to be patient with and who to leave, right? For some of you guys, this is definitely romantic partners where you've just like, you're transcending and you're moving forward, okay? You're persevering through the empowerment of your spirit, okay? This is definitely a man that's watching you that you couldn't move forward with, okay? This person, what they're seeing now is you learning how to defend yourself against negative forces. This person might have been an abuser. What they're seeing is an enhancement of your skills and the wisdom, from the wisdom that you have gained from this impasse that you've been in with them. For some of you guys, you just were in a situation with someone, I'm hearing a situationship, or just years and years of waiting, okay? If it's not years, just like waiting, a long time for someone to kind of recognize, that they actually can't really live without you, okay? You know what, this is a hard realization for some of them, because for some of them, they really missed their opportunity here. Let's see. I'm hearing for some of them, because they weren't able to effectively communicate, or they weren't able to come out of this impasse with you because of unwillingness to see your perspective and to, like I said, like have empathy for you. And empathy is all about seeing both sides of a situation. Because they weren't unable to do that, they missed out on a significant opportunity, and they're watching you, persevere and like a struggle, to meet your basic needs, and just staying very lighthearted through it all, okay? They're watching you heal your self-esteem from whatever abuse that they may have, you endured with them, okay? They see you coming into your balance and recovering from and regenerating yourself from this painful ending, right? For some of you guys, there was, this person is the reason you're homeless, or like this person is the reason that you are like, I'm hearing, they're the reason behind a painful ending, okay? But I feel like the wisdom that you gained in this situation was learning how to walk away from situations that aren't moving, okay? Never get caught up like that again, okay? What is going on with you, all right? Like I said, you know the truth. You're clear now, very clear. You have so much standard for yourself, and you have so much awareness and so much just like truth and wisdom from, this painful ending with this person who, there was an impasse, there was a lack of growth and development. The Queen of Swords is someone who's very judgy even, okay? I'm hearing like I'm not gonna say judgy, but just like someone who has like a very, very clear mind, okay? Like I said, you have the right measure about things. Like you know how to discern better, okay? Like I said, it's about knowing who to be patient with and knowing who to walk away from. And for some of you guys, after, you were forced to walk away from this situation, okay? And this might have been driven, by some kind of onset of a struggle or loss of a job, or just like, some kind of grief-stricken reality that may have, this painful ending was just like, I'm hearing that you just really, I don't know, honey, what happened? Okay, the Six of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody from your childhood, from your past, okay, where there was like, it just would not move forward, okay? And I feel like you just stuck around so long, you were so devoted to this person, okay? And I feel like maybe you were relying on this person for, physical survival, right? That could be anything, that could be physical security in a lot of different ways. You could have been relying on this person for sex, and you could have been relying on this person to always, bail you out when you were having financial troubles, but what you have awakened in this recovery is true empowerment, that isn't dependent on anybody else. And you've been learning how to survive on your own, and realizing that you can do bad all by yourself, honey. And if you in a situation that's not growing and not serving you, there's like no progress to be made, right? Then I feel like I'm hearing a Pisces, Aquarius, a Libra, okay, Geminis. This was tough because I feel like it really, I'm hearing very painful, very, very painful right there with that Ten of Swords in the reverse. But you are recovering, and you've been empowering yourself, and you have been healing your self-esteem, and you've been coming into a spiritual authority that lay outside of material things. And it's making you very humble, okay? And it's making you very compassionate about for yourself and for others who may be going through the same thing. And this is inspiring your awareness of just, how you got here. Pile 2, how did you get here? The wisdom that you have now will never, you will never take yourself back to that place again, that darkness that you were in again, okay? The wisdom that you gained from this impasse or this painful situation that didn't grow was empathy. Ultimately, what you learned was universal love, right? On the bottom of the deck, finally, justice, okay? What you learned was your role in the dynamic, okay? And that, your wisdom involved you learning that you always have free will. You always had the power to say no or to walk away from a situation that wasn't growing, okay? What this is reflecting to you, I'm hearing a lot of different relationships actually. What this is reflecting to you is when we come to an impasse, right? When we come to a situation where there's no movement to be made, there's no growth to be done, no matter how much communication or information you provide, no matter how much social awareness you try to raise, no matter how much empathy you have for them, what you need to realize is that you have come to a point where no one is listening. There is a lack of empathy and there's a lack of awareness. That's what you're realizing. So taking this journey to empowerment of meeting your own physical needs, okay? Not being so dependent on someone to the exclusion of your effort. And realizing that you never needed this person. All you needed was to heal your spirit, okay? You're so empowered now, and your empowerment involves your sovereignty. It involves your liberation, your choice to not let anything have dominion over you and keep you trapped for a long time, even when there's incontrovertible evidence that shows you that this is not where you need to be. A lot of you just kept going back to the situation, or you just stayed, or you just, you kept the same arguments on repeat, the same, you know what I mean, until the situation it could not, the universe had to stop it. The universe intervened in this situation because maybe, they were like, okay, you're not learning your own empowerment. You're so dependent on this person to the exclusion of your effort, and not trying to raise your awareness and gain more information that will remove you from this impasse. This is definitely like a childhood relationship, childhood sweetheart. I'm hearing classmates, somebody that was in your network, and I feel like right now, don't live in the past about anything. Don't let any past memories of someone and, the positive feelings that you may have felt, or the humor or the laughter that you may have experienced with them, cause you to stay in a situation or to stay alleged to a destructive ruler or someone who was committed to misunderstanding you, okay? Not uncooperative and uncompromising. And I feel like now you can move forward with a lot of just peace and mental clarity and wisdom that you need to, move through any other, to continue dating, to continue, living your life, right? You gained the skills that you needed from this impasse or this situation that, tied you up for so long, okay? That's what I'm seeing, child. Pile 2, what this person sees in you now is your mental clarity, your recovery, and you're no longer living in the past about the situation. You're no longer bent up about it, all right? That's what I'm seeing. Let's get your affirmation. You've really come into balance about this, and I'm so happy for you, okay? Because it represents your regeneration and your recovery, all right? The enlightened feminine. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me, all right? The enlightened feminine. Before you were an unenlightened feminine, you were unhealed feminine energy, where your instincts were blocked, where your intuition was blocked. But I feel like through this disaster or this painful ending with this person, You have become so devoted to your spirit. Your spirit is very wise, and you listen to your instincts now, and your intuition guides you, and this is how you've empowered yourself. You know, I'm hearing your intuition has been, you know, the key to your physical survival after, in the wake of this person's destruction, you know. Very beautiful, pal, too. What they're viewing is that you are the enlightened feminine now. You're no longer dependent and in darkness with them, okay? Thank you so much. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your selection. Okay, you chose emotions. Oh my gosh, okay. So when this card comes out, it can go one or two ways. It can go, you are either expressing too much emotion, or you're maybe not even expressing, or you might be too emotional, or you might be not emotional at all. But I was intuitively guided to tell you that if you don't learn to control your emotions, you will succumb to laziness and inactivity, okay? You will be dragged by sadness and laziness because you are too sensitive, okay? These men feel like you're too sensitive and that you are emotionally draining to them, okay? I'm feeling like you have a lot of emotions, and that's okay, but you have to learn how, we can't live our life without emotions. But you know, life is about managing your emotions, and life is an independent experience. You cannot just keep emotionally dumping on people. You can't just emotionally drag people down. And most important, you don't want to drag yourself down, because when you're just experiencing too many emotions, what are you doing? Sitting in bed all day. You don't feel like doing nothing. You don't feel like seeing nothing. Maybe you are depressed. Maybe you are dealing with a mood disorder, okay? But you can't gain control of your emotions, pile 3. I'm hearing an Aries energy in particular, okay? I feel like you are just, for some of you guys, you might be stuck in bed. I'm hearing you're lovesick. You're lovesick, honey, okay? Now, I'm not going to judge you. Sometimes, you know, there is just a strong desire for your person. You're longing for your person, perhaps. Maybe there's a separation here that is really dragging you, okay? But the best thing that you can do is to stay grounded, to stay rooted and secure within yourself, okay? Now, if these are strangers, though, I feel like, you know, just to get a little bit more lighthearted energy, pile 3, because I just feel like you're just so emotional, and this is just, you know, it's not easy dealing with emotions. It's just not, especially when we weren't taught healthy coping mechanisms in our childhood. I feel like if these are strangers, these men, you might get approached a lot. I feel like you're very, like, you know, desired, okay? You arouse a lot of desire within masculines and men that are just like random strangers and things of like that nature. But if these are men you have relationships with, you're really repelling them, okay? They're not, you know, no matter how fine you is, no matter how big your booty is, no matter how small your waist is, no matter how curly your head is, if you are dragging somebody emotionally and you're being draining to them, they're not going to be around you. They're not going to want to be around you. And there's nothing out here that is going to keep a man if you are just not fun to be around. Okay, there's nothing about you physically attractive, nothing about what you can do for them, no manipulation tactic to keep them around if you are emotionally draining, pile 3, okay? Now, I definitely feel like with your emotions, you know, you've just been doing a lot of weeping, okay? You've been dealing with a lot of sorrow, and I'm not here to invalidate your emotions. You have to always honor your truth, okay? But how you manage your emotions is what is the true testament of your character and your strength, okay? You know, I'm hearing that you're doing a lot of, with these men, you know, you're doing a lot of your, you know, sharing of your innermost thoughts and feelings, and this could be just a sign of vulnerability, you know, in a positive way. But I feel like these unbalanced emotions, you know, are often seen as like outbursts is what I'm hearing. A lot of outbursts. But I feel like I don't know, these men, they're viewing you as like any kind of disruption to your day, any kind of like minor inconvenience can cause like this emotional geyser and like totally cascade you out of like your schedule and totally. And you know what, I've been here, pal 3. I'm not gonna even like play with you, okay? I'm getting a Pisces Aries energy here. You might be a Pisces Aries cusp or a Capricorn Aquarius cusp, but I feel like you just you know, I'm not gonna make it sit like look, you have this je ne sais quoi, you know what I mean? You're the it factor, and you're like, a lot of you are, if you're like particularly emotional about your person, like lovesick about your person, you're desiring them, you're longing for them, you've been weeping for them, you've been sad about them. And I feel like, for some of them, they're not answering your phone calls, or, there is like a kind of a separation, right? And even if they are answering your phone calls, you have a way of draining them. And for some of them, sometimes they might deserve it. And I'm telling you from my personal experience, I've been someone who's had, unable to control my emotions, and I'm still not perfect. But when you are disrupted by the minorest of inconveniences, or you get into an argument with your person, suddenly you throw away your whole schedule. You say I'm just laying. Now you're laying in the bed watching Netflix all day, or you're calling them all day, or you're just engaged in this conflict, and you're engaged in like this negative outbursting and emotion, and it's taking up and drawing your attention away from the things that you need to be focused on. And if you don't gain control of your emotions, you're going to be prone to laziness. You're going to be dragged down. All right? You just are. And these people, these men, especially if you're like, these are serious people you're talking about, serious men, romantic, courting and things of that nature. They're realizing that nobody compares to you. Okay? If they still thinking that they got options and they're under illusions, this person, the realization that they're having right now is that, they are kind of impacting your emotions in a negative way. I'm not saying that, they're without fault, but, I feel like, these illusions, or that these, other, whatever it is that they're engaged in that's not compromising and uncooperative. For some of you, they just wanted to resist against you because they know that, nobody compares to you. And they know, like some of them, they really have mommy issues. And they just like, they don't want their feminine telling them what to do. And you're like, well, I know that I'm your like divine feminine. All right. And, you need to listen to me. And you can't go demanding and controlling and being arrogant and cocky and all this stuff. So, for some of you, they just want to defy and resist and just, and this is just like their own issues with power and, the power dynamics that are in your connection. And then others, if this person is like engaged, you may have the other options and they're like, non-committal and things of that nature. What this person has been realizing throughout this whole journey with you is that nobody compares, right? They know you have the je ne sais quoi. And for some of you, you are your person's secret weapon. You are, and this is why they might have this, the struggle with you or this resistance with you, because they know the influence and the power that you have over them. And they know how, how much you have influenced them and how much you are responsible for so much positivity and growth and just like development in their lives. Okay. So I need you to just, calm down. All right. This person, I feel like they might be quite the opposite. This person might be stifling their emotions. And I feel like this is really causing them to be repressed even more. Like the more like outbursts that you have, the more this person is repressing. And you don't want that, right? You need to be able to deal with your emotions and learn how to emote in the most effective way. Like, emote when you, when at the right time. Like, you need to emote at the right time. Just know when to give this person space. And I feel like you know when to come in. Some of you are coming out of this outburst, okay, or this destructive passion for your person. I'm getting it for some of you guys might have been drawn to pile 2 and the what do they wish to tell you. You might benefit from checking that video out, because for some of them, they're really struggling to express their emotion. They're feeling extremely repressed. And while you are so expressive, they love it when you express in the right way. And I feel like some of you guys, you're learning when to express in the right way. Okay, because your person is not like this emotional dumping ground for you, right? Because you have ultimately this codependency on them and you're unable to handle your own emotions, ultimately, okay? So, if this person isn't cooperating, if this person isn't, compromising, or they're not responding, you need to know when to back off, okay? You just know when to just stop, pile 3, okay? Just know when to stop. It doesn't serve you or them, right? You're just going to anger yourself even more, right? We have the Knight. That kind of goes hand in hand, right? A lot of you are just so emotional because this person has been destructive and you've been alleged to them. And, don't be lovesick and stuck in bed and rejecting people because of, other options, because you're alleged to somebody who's been destructive through their stifling of their emotions. Okay, you're very beautiful, very freaking beautiful, and this person knows it, and they know that you have a lot of different, options for yourself. For some of you guys, if these are men strangers, or whatever, you know what I mean. If these are men that are strangers, then they see you as very standoffish and stuck up, right? You know what I'm saying? And for some of them, you might have very good reason as to why you're being standoffish. For some of you, they're not approaching you the right way. I'm hearing you, maybe if they see you out walking, or, they see you, whatever, just out in the public, they're just like, they're gross about it. Maybe some of them, they're honking, or they're doing things that just are very disrespectful to feminines and women. For others, you might have men who try to come up and talk to you and try to, ask you about yourself and things of that nature. And you're very just like stuck up and standoffish, and just like you're still alleged to this person that you've been with. Okay, for some of you guys, if you are Aries, you're dealing with the masculine, they just have never honored you, ever. Okay? Now, like I said, this person has just like never been loyal to you. You've been seduced by a romantic illusion of this person. This delusion that you're having with this person is that despite what is, there's just like, despite what's going on in your external reality, you are still devoted and alleged to them. What is this about? Don't devote yourself to your spirit. Don't devote yourself to some person that can't be loyal to you, that can't honor you, that has never been chivalrous with you. I'm hearing years and years of abuse and embarrassment from this person. I feel like your standoff nature is just because of your negative judgment of the physical world, and you just been so, somebody recently posted on one of my videos, they were like, sometimes you're silent because when you see things in the world, some things are unspeakable. And I feel like you have seen just so much chaos and negativity, and the physical world is just like, you're not a very worldly person. Maybe you were very sheltered growing up. I'm also hearing a single parent family home, or just like an only child here, okay? And you've been so committed to this person who's just been destroying you, destroying your emotional realm. You've been having outbursts, and you've been lazy, and you haven't been committed to your growth. So you've been sending evil out to other people, all right? You need to go and find truth in another environment, because this person is distorting your perception of reality. You're delusional about this relationship. Power 3. Longing for them, desiring them, when your external circumstances are showing you quite the opposite, all right? You need to move out of this situation. I feel like you get approached so much. because you're beautiful, sexy, you have, like this person, it's like, you know, sometimes you just gotta walk away from a motherfucker that don't know what they got. What they realizing throughout this whole process of their destruction has been that they just, nobody ever compares to you. And I feel like at this point, you know, they might be losing you, okay? Because you are the seeker now. You're moving on. You found something better, or you will. The truth is, you haven't believed that you could find something better because you just have so much judgment of the outside world. These people who are approaching you, you're rejecting a lot of them. And maybe for some of them, you might quite literally, you might be out their damn league and they shouldn't be approaching you anyway. But I feel like you really need to open yourself up to other options, okay? Don't be dedicated to no motherfucker that can't be loyal to you. Causing you to be grief-stricken in bed, not wanting to do nothing with your life. Come on now, stop playing with me. Like I said, you're sitting at home. For some of you, you're envious of other people, okay? I also feel like if you have moved on to a love, somebody who's loyal, romantic, chivalrous, honorable of you, taking care of you from the jump, not stifling emotions. These ex-partners are going to be very envious of this new person. Okay? They're going to be very envious of this new person because I'm hearing, oh, child, look. A Pisces. They're going to be big mad. Okay? Big mad. Listen, I'm hearing that with this Piscean energy, like I said a Pisces in the beginning. All right, there might be a Pisces that's very jealous of you. I'm hearing, or this is you. You know, you might have some struggle in Pisces placement and stuff like that. But, you know, you are, what is being shown to you is an incapacity to cope with conflicts. Okay, the tendency to be lazy and lacking ambition, a lack of determination, shyness and excess piety, being so, you know, judgmental of the external world. Get your ass out there and find you a new person. Acting like you're not beautiful and that somebody good is gonna scoop you up in a second. Stop playing now. You sitting at home just not doing well. You're not doing well, okay? Don't never let nobody take you out your bag like that. It's like, you know, these men, they see you, they're like isolation. You've been overly isolating. Overly isolating. What did I say? I understand you want to be left alone. You don't want nobody talking to you, okay? But I'm telling you, there's another man out there, okay? I'm hearing that you're like, you don't have a lot of stability right now, okay? You need to be, like I said, you're not grounded. It's like you can't even endure. Like you can't even do anything. Pile 3. And they see you. They see the impact that they're having on you. They know how destructive they've been to your emotional realm. For some of them, you have moved on after a period of isolation. You gained your truth and your wisdom after being alleged to a destructive ruler and unable to handle your own emotions. Now they seeing you very grounded. Now they see you endured the test of time. The truth is, you really are strong. You really can endure. With every goodbye, you learn. You making people invisible. You making them disappear. I'm here for some of them, they carrying a heavy burden around some kind of cheating that they did in your environment, okay? Some kind of playing the field. Like I said, they realizing that nobody compared to you. And now they feeling like a fucking fool because they done lost out and you done found you a new man. Some of y'all, all right? You done found you a new man who's sensitive, sweet, empathetic, chivalrous, honorable, romantic, loyal, grounded, strong, wise, a positive leader, a father. They real jealous of it now. They jealous. You need to protect, honey, because I'm hearing that he done found you a good, some of y'all done found you a good man. All right? After isolating yourself and going through so many different illusions in your life. Illusion of this person. This person, they had you delusional as hell. What the hell been causing you to stay with this motherfucker? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to not be so, you know. You've been so idealistic about this situation. It's time to grow up, honey. Put your big girl panties on and move the fuck on and find you a new man. I'm hearing Ring Off by Beyonce. Dust yourself off in love again. Alright? Stop playing now. Some of y'all have. Moving on. Six of Swords. You know, we ain't delusional no more. Because we was alleged to somebody who was destructive. Rejecting people out here in these streets. Don't be if you ain't got no ring on it, the ring is off. Okay? Don't be, ain't nobody put no ring on it. Seven of Cups, delusional. Nine of Wands, this person was just wanting to play around. Alright? Seven of Pentacles. I'm hearing that if this is a Pisces masculine or Aquarius, this person, like I said, they were young. I'm hearing for some of you guys, you were just young. Alright? Playing the field, playing their options and shit. You know? I'm hearing a water sign in particular was very destructive. Somebody caused a heavy illusion. You might have been drawn to pile 3 in the last karma reading, the video right before this one, okay? This person, I feel like they rejected you very harshly, and you were just waiting and just being patient and just like, you know, holding on to hope of this situation, and you isolated yourself and became so disconnected from reality. You've endured this. You've endured, and I'm hearing that time will always tell, baby. And seeking out the truth, gaining more wisdom will always save you every single time. Okay? Everything is alright. I'm hearing that you were isolating, not doing nothing. Alright? This person sees that you gain your optimism back, or that you're healing and you're recovering, and you've been so dedicated to healing your spirit from their rejection, okay, or their inability to honor you, okay, be loyal to you. Oh my goodness. They see, you know how these men are viewing you? They see you celebrating your beauty now. They made you feel like you weren't beautiful. And if you are dealing with mood disorders and you're dealing with, you know, just some emotions that are very heavy and sorrowful, you know, these things can really make us feel ugly. But don't you ever stop showing out. Don't you ever forget how beautiful you are just because somebody's inability to see it. All these feminists they were involved with, all these exes and stuff like that, they lost out. You know, once you finally realize that, you know, you didn't need to be alleged to these people. You didn't need to be so fucking invested. Stop investing in people. Just be more discerning. Know when to walk away, all right? If somebody's destroying your emotional realm, that's not healthy at all. If they're stifling and you're having to, you know, force them to express, force them to talk, you're forcing shit. Stop forcing it. Move on. That's delusional, okay? How can we affirm and heal, all right? What did I say? The goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. And these people have not been that. Don't spend your time on your precious youth and beauty that will decline with age on somebody who is playing around. Okay? Somebody who was just looking for a good time. Okay? That's what I'm saying, pile 3. Let me know how that resonated, okay? It seems like you have a lot of healing to do still, but a lot of you are moving on to calmer waters, okay? Something about a situation was very elusive, all right? Something was very illusory, and you know, you did not have a grip on reality, baby. And it's because your discernment was just so not there. You spent your time with the wrong people. You made poor investments. And that's okay, because when we learn, and we learn, okay? That's what you needed to hear today. Tough message, but I'll see you in the next one. Bye.